hey, I'm not going to charge you full price for this game. We're going to charge like $15 or something. I'm just going to put it down here to 15 and I'll leave this empty. There ain't no need to do that. It ain't going to last very long anyway.
You're watching Current River Broadcasting live on YouTube, your home for Doniphan High School sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by our following sponsors: Davis True Value, Mathis Timber, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, Current River Ford, Davis Sawmill, Countryside Chevy, and Hometown Pharmacy. Here's Keith Bowen with tonight's play-by-play of Doniphan basketball.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bill L. Wright Gymnasium in Doniphan. We're right here on Current River Broadcasting. You're probably surprised to hear my voice as we are getting ready for JV game, but our main man at Current River Broadcasting, Matt Bourne, has decided, since we're only doing home games this year, that we are going to broadcast with the audio of the junior high, the JV games as well, boys and girls. And we have the Naylor Lady Eagles in town tonight for an Ozark Foothills Conference game with the Donettes. And this JV game, they're only going to play a half. Naylor's only got about, it looks like about 12, 13 players total. So their coach, new coach, Logan Foster, he's been Gene Deckard's assistant down there for several years, has decided to just play 2 quarters. So we'll broadcast that for you, and then we'll have the varsity game coming up later on, the Battle of Ripley County on the girls' side. And this, as I said, is an Ozark Foothills Conference game. We had the seedings for the Twin Rivers Lady Royals Christmas Classic, and we'll talk about those sometime tonight. Now that's just varsity. The girls got the number 4 seed, and that loss that they had up at Van Buren in overtime to Van Buren probably cost them the number 2 seed, because would have won that game, they would have got the number 2 seed. The Madrid finished with the number 1 seed, but we'll go through that later on as we get ready for this junior high game. Now, you're going to have to bear with me. A lot of these girls, especially who are freshmen for the Donettes, haven't matched their names up with their numbers yet, so it may take a little bit. And, of course, we'll have the same problem with the Naylor Lady Eagles junior varsity. See a lot of names that I recognize and faces on their varsity that they have back from last year. I think they only lost 1 player, but that was one of their better players. But I'm looking forward to at least a good varsity game. We'll wait and see how this junior varsity game pans out. The Donettes will start, well, let's give you Naylor starters first. They will start number 5, Zello Layton, number 11, Hattie Nichols, number 14, Zoe Sprouse, number 15, Sarah Sopko, and number 20, Mallory McGee. Now for the Donettes and Coach Adam Epps, he will start a 5'8" sophomore, Grayson Kirby. Grayson missed the whole season last year. She's an awfully good softball pitcher from what I've heard. I haven't never seen her pitch. And I think she had some Tommy John surgery, elbow surgery or something, missed the season, but she's back playing this year. And I'm sure she'll probably get some time on the varsity as well. But she is a 5'8" sophomore. She wears number 1. Number 2, McKenna Monahan, a 5'8" sophomore. Number 30, Kendra Moore, a 5'6" sophomore. And then the Donettes get very big. They have 2 freshmen, Kenzie Reedus, number 32, at 6 foot tall, and Kylie Hawkins at 6 foot tall. She wears number 50. And Grayson Kirby as well, 5'8". Kendra Moore, 5'6". So they have some height out there. And the Donettes will be in their home whites with gold numbers. So Donettes in black over the top of the numbers. And they will go from left to right here in the first half. Naylor will be in black with gold numbers, white trim, and Naylor above their numbers on the front of their jerseys. And they'll go from right to left. So we're going to have a game and a half for you tonight here on Current River Broadcasting. The girls back in action on Thursday against Kennett. And we'll wait to see, but we'll probably have 2 full games on Thursday night. The boys playing in the Clarkton tournament this week. They were the number 3 seed, I believe, and I believe they play Neelyville tomorrow night in the first round of Clarkton. And the ball's tipped into the backcourt, and Naylor will come away with it. And that is Zello Layton. Gives it to Sopko. Donettes playing man-to-man. She's guarded by Grayson Kirby. Reverses her dribble. Tries to go through the paint, and the ball taken away by Kendra Moore. Moore throws it up to Kirby. Kirby quickly into the front court. Dribbles to the baseline. Stopped. Bounces down low. Inside position. Up and in by Kylie Hawkins. Good pass by Kirby. And the Donettes will set up in a 2-2-1 full court press. And bounce pass comes in right through the hands of Layton. And the Donettes come away with it. Kirby open at the head of the key for 3. It's off the back of the iron. And the rebound comes down to Sprouse for Neelyville. She has it knocked away, and it's going to go out of bounds, and I think it's last touch there by number 20, Mallory McGee. And it'll go back over to the Donettes. Kind of looks like right now, this first possession or two, that Naylor doesn't have much guard play, but we'll see how it goes here. Moore left wing, goes across court to Monahan, lobs it inside again. This shot was up no good, and that was Hawkins again, and she got her own rebound, missed it again, then the ball's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Donettes underneath their own basket. Number 32, Kenzie Reedus, looks like she might be a little bit taller than Hawkins. They've got both of them listed at 6 foot. Kirby to inbound it, right wing to Moore. Fakes the shot to the baseline, runs in, and we're going to have a travel as she run into Hattie Nichols. And they're going to call a travel. Yeah, okay, I thought that I'd missed something there, but they're going to give it to Naylor. Sprouse will inbound it against the full court press. Gets it into McGee. McGee stops, throws it back in the middle, picked off by Moore. Moore's going to take it to the hole, put it up, no good, but she's going to be fouled. That foul will be on Zoe Sprouse. And Naylor, since the Donettes have set up in the press, haven't been able to get the ball up the floor yet. And they're saying it's on the floor, so they'll take it out underneath. And Kirby will throw it in again. Oh, and Hawkins was wide open, nobody guarding her, and she went to set a screen. She didn't notice, I guess, nobody was guarding her, and the Donettes stole it away, but then at the other end, Naylor throws it away. Yeah, that's one of those deals where you're running the play no matter what, and Hawkins did not notice there wasn't anybody guarding her. All she had to do was catch the ball and lay it in. It was a heads-up play by Kirby, but her and Hawkins weren't on the same page. And Kirby's going to be fouled by Sopko, guarding a little too close out by midcourt. That's the second team foul on Naylor. 5:41 to go first quarter. The Donettes up 2-0. Kirby dribbles to the left wing. Gets a screen, pick and roll. Hawkins. Hawkins is going to spin. Free throw line. Moore wide open. Shot up and good for Kendra Moore. And the Donettes lead 4-0. A good pass by the big girl there, Kylie Hawkins. And we got a travel against the press again. And that was going to be Layton. Now number 45, Haley Sullivan, is going to check in and replace Layton. Kirby inbounds to Moore on the right wing. Dribbles to the baseline all the way in, and the shot up, and she's going to be called for travel again. And she run into Nichols again. That's the same play that she tried a while ago. She tried to sidestep her, but when she did, she had already picked up her dribble. And that's her second travel in as many times she tried to do that. Inbounds pass comes to McGee. Up to Layton, and the ball goes out of her hands, out of bounds. And the Donettes will inbound in front of the Naylor bench with a 4-0 lead and 5:15 to go in the first quarter. McKenna Monahan will throw it in. Throws it into Kirby, dribbles left side, gives it in the corner to Moore. She's going to set for a three-pointer, and she traveled again. She's doing shuffling her feet a little bit. And we got a timeout call with 5:10 to go first quarter, 4-0 Donettes. And we got a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after this message.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
True Value.
A quick timeout by Naylor after a few turnovers. Donettes lead 4-0 here in the JV game. And we got 5:10 to go, and Donettes look like they're playing full court man-to-man now. Ball comes inbounds to Sprouse. She's double teamed. Tries to get it to Sullivan. Picked off again. Kirby's going to shoot about a 6-footer, and she knocks it down. Grayson Kirby with her first two. And the Donettes are playing full court man-to-man defense, and Naylor just kind of standing around. They finally get it into Nichols. She's guarded back there by Hawkins. Bounces over to Sullivan and passes back to Layton, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Kirby, and they had not got away from the Doniphan basket in about probably 6-8 seconds, so they were getting ready to get a 10-second call, so the Donettes might have been better off if they hadn't knocked it out of bounds. Inbounds comes to McGee, picks up her dribble in the back court, got to get some help, knocked away by Monahan, gets it back, now she dribbles over to the left side. Stops, throws it out in the middle of the floor, and just luckily Sprouse is there, and they're going to get a 10-second call before they get it across. So other than the opening tip, they've only got the ball across half court one time against the Doniphan pressure. Now Micah Burton, 5'3" freshman, checks in, and she replaces Kenzie Reedus. And we're only going to play 2 quarters here in this JV game. Kirby in the corner. Burton, long three-pointer off the bench, rounding out. Offensive rebound by Hawkins, and goes up and in. Kylie Hawkins bigger than anybody out there, and she got a pretty easy bucket there. Sullivan throws it away. Now it's knocked into the back court, picked up by Layton. Throws it into the front court. Nichols comes away with it. Hawkins goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Bounce pass back to, that's number 22, and I do not have a number 22. And I believe that was McKenna Monahan that scored that while I was trying to figure out. They got a number 22 out there. They don't even have a 22 on the varsity, so I'm not really sure who that is. And we got another timeout after Donettes jumped out to a 10-0 lead. And Coach Foster upset with his players, and I still cannot. There's number 22. Maybe it's number 12. Michaela Wheatley, that's a 1. Okay, that's number, no, that's not it either. Number 12's on this side. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. I guess it is number 12. And she was over there. I guess her jersey was kind of running together, make it look like the 1 looked like a 2. So after the timeout, when Donettes up 10-0, they go back to the 2-2-1 press. And bounces Sullivan. Her pass batted away. Monahan picks it up, gives it to Moore. Moore's going to take it all the way down, and instead of, they're going to call a charge on Kendra Moore. She tried to pass it to Burton. And that'll be the first foul on Moore and the first one on the Donettes. Now Layton comes back in the ball game. Inbounds pass comes from Sprouse to Sullivan in the corner. Bad spot to get it. Bounce pass up, stolen by Kirby. Now it's loose on the floor. Burton comes away with it wide open on the other side as Monahan lays it off the glass and in. Good heads up play by Burton there to get the assist on that 12-0 Donettes. And the ball knocked away in the back court. And we're going to have a foul on Monahan. And we got 3:19 to go in the first quarter. And I don't believe that Naylor has attempted a shot yet. Now Taylor Davis, 5'9" sophomore, comes in. And also Kenzie Reedus coming back in. They had Kylie Hawkins and Kendra Moore check out for the Donettes. Bounce pass is thrown out of bounds. Number 14, Zoe Sprouse, just threw it out of bounds, so the Donettes will bring it in where she was standing underneath their own basket because it didn't touch anybody. And Coach Foster just run. He's only got 7 players down there, but he's running them in and out. Now McGee comes back in and replaces Hattie Nichols. Kirby inbounds underneath. Nice catch by Reedus. Passes out wide open. Monahan, three-pointer up and good. McKenna Monahan, she's got 7 points now. I think she's got the last 7 for the Donettes. Sprouse throws it up ahead. Gets it right back. Bounces down low. Good pass there, but pass wasn't handled cleanly. Back out. A long three-pointer is up and good. And that is Sarah Sopko. Finally gets Naylor off the schneid with 2:50 left in the first quarter. Kirby quickly down the floor. Finds Reedus underneath, and she lays it in. And that was a good job by the big girl to run the floor and get down there and beat Naylor down underneath the basket. 17-3 Donettes. Sprouse brings it across the half line, and then she dribbled it on the out of bounds line. And another turnover on Naylor. 2:33 to go first quarter. The Donettes lead 17-3 in this first quarter of this JV game. Kirby gets around her man. Going to take it all the way in. Shot up and good. A little floater. And she avoided getting the charge as well. Make it 19-3. Inbound pass comes to Sullivan. And she might have got away with a travel. Picks up her dribble. Boy, they're picking it up in the back court an awful lot. Now McGee dribbles it across the half line, and Taylor Davis is going to pick up a foul, trying to stay up with her over there. And we're going to have Michaela Wheatley and Hattie Nichols checking back in for Naylor. Also coming in, Emily Slayton, the 5'1 freshman, coming in for the Donettes, replacing Grayson Kirby. Going out for Naylor will be Sprouse and Sopko. Now Wheatley will throw it in. Bounces it in, almost stolen by Taylor Davis, but it's picked up by McGee. Dribbles over to the right side, picks it up, pass intercepted by Reedus. Throws it back to Monahan. Monahan throws up the floor, running the floor again. This time it's Taylor Davis, and she lays it in. The Doniphan Big Girls are doing a nice job of getting down the floor. And bounce pass again to Sullivan. Bounces up ahead to McGee. Got a little path down across the half line. Stops on the left wing. Now picks it up in a bad place again. Gets it to the left elbow to Nichols. Nichols don't know what to do with it. Bounces down low, inside position. Shot up and good by Zello Layton. It was a good pass there, and a pretty nice catch by Layton to put that in, make it 21-5. Now Emily Slayton will run the point. Pass to Taylor Davis, right wing, in the lane, cutting to the basket, trying to hit Reedus, and it's going to go out of bounds off her hands. I am going to warn everybody ahead of time tonight. I may have a little bit of trouble. I have dry mouth problems, and I usually suck on lemon drops during the game, but I have to do some blood work in the morning, so I don't want to eat a bunch of sugar and have my sugar high in the morning, so I may get a little dry mouth on you, but I'll do the best I can. Naylor gets it across the half line. Nichols dribbles to the corner. All over her is Burton, and her pass is intercepted by Taylor Davis. She's going to dribble down, pass over to the other side. Slayton lets the girl go by, puts it up, no good. But Slayton's a little lefty there, and she left that one short. Nichols come away with a rebound for Naylor. 40 seconds left first quarter. Bringing it up the floor, Michaela Wheatley. Passes right side to Sullivan. Back to Wheatley, now head of the key to McGee. McGee guarded by Davis. She's the biggest girl they got on the floor, and she's playing out 30 feet from the basket. Now Nichols is going to take it down and try to put up a shot. She's going to be fouled by Monahan. And we got Sopko and Sprouse getting ready to check back in. Also coming back in for the Donettes after this first free throw by Hattie Nichols. We're going to have Kirby, Kylie Hawkins, and number 41, Peyton Lowry, 5'3 freshman, along with Kendra Moore. So almost a line change as Nichols makes the first one. That's her first point. And let's see, Taylor Davis is the only one to stay out on the floor for the Donettes. And the second one's good by Nichols. She makes two free throws and makes the score 21-7. Donettes with 20 seconds left. Kirby guarded by Sprouse. Dribbles to the right wing, behind the back. Pass underneath on a pick and roll, and it's good. Nice job by Hawkins to go straight to the rim after she set that screen. And Kirby caught her right in stride, and the ball knocked away in the back court. And they're going to say it's last touch by the Donettes with 3 seconds to go. That was a pretty play. One of the oldest plays in basketball next to give and go, pick and roll, and it worked to perfection. And bounce pass to Sullivan, and they're not going to get a shot off here. And that'll be the end of the first quarter in this JV game. We're only playing two, and the Donettes lead at 23-7 over the Naylor Lady Eagles. We'll be back in 1 minute, so stay with us.
At Mathis Lumber, our goal is to provide our landowners with the greatest possible financial return on their timber lands, while not damaging young timber or leaving your property in a mess. We have served Ripley County and the surrounding areas since 1939. We will buy your timber on lump sum total or percentage, and we have several references available upon request. Call Craig Mathis at 573-429-0996 and see how Mathis Timber can help you with all our timber harvesting needs.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, or SUV, you need to make a stop at Countryside Chevrolet on Highway 160 in Doniphan. Countryside has one of the largest Chevrolet selections in the area, plus plenty of pre-owned vehicles that go through a 117-point inspection before they're warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. The goal at Countryside is to provide you the best deal on your next car, truck, or SUV. See them online at CountrysideChevrolet.com or call 1-800-63-CHEVY. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back at the Bill Elwright Gymnasium in Doniphan. This is the first home game of the season for the Donettes. Matter of fact, it's the first game for the JV, and this will be the first game the varsity's played in a little over a week and a half tonight when they take on the Naylor Lady Eagles in the varsity game. And if you're just tuning in, we're going to start doing the play-by-play of the JV game since we're not doing any away games on the radio. And that's where we're at right now. It's 23-7, and the Donettes shot put up and missed by Bailey Honeycutt, 5'6" freshman. And the rebound comes down to the Naylor Lady Eagles. Up ahead, Layton with the ball. Gives it to Sprouse, head of the key. She's guarded closely by Emily Slayton. Donettes have Hawkins, Slayton, Reedus. Let's see, Addison Arnold. And I'll get the other one here in a minute. I'm going to find them. Number 11, Bailey Honeycutt. Naylor passing it around, and good hustle there by Kinsey Reedus to go to the floor and tie up with number 15, Sarah Sopko. And the alternating possession will give it to Naylor. We're just underway in the second quarter. As I said, we're only going to do a half a game. The Naylor coach only wanted to play a half game. They thought coming in they were going to have a whole game, but they got a foul on the inbounds play, going to go against Kylie Hawkins. That is 1, 2, 3. They're not keeping track of the team fouls on the scoreboard, but I have 5. Inbounds pass comes into Sopko, takes it all the way to the hole, missed the layup, and Reedus with the rebound. He gives it to Honeycutt. Honeycutt brings it into the front court, tries to lob it inside, and it's knocked away and stolen by the Lady Eagles. She tried to force that one in there. And Layton gets it up to Sopko, or to Sprouse. Over to Sopko, open again, shot. Three-pointer was right on the line, but it was short. And Reedus gets the rebound, steps on the out-of-bounds line. Sopko had hit a three-pointer earlier, and that was right on the line, but she just shot it a little bit short. Sprouse inbounding for Naylor. Going to have to hurry, and she gets a 5-second call. Naylor kind of standing around. They waited too long, and we're going to have 2 substitutions as Wheatley and McGee check back in. And it'll be Sopko and Layton checking out. Honeycutt handling for the Donettes. Man-to-man defense by McGee. Pass to Reedus on the right wing. Head of the key. Slayton. Now baseline. Cut off there is Honeycutt, and she throws it away. And Sopko will bring it up. Slayton all over. Passes to Sullivan. Got away with a double dribble right there. McGee back to Wheatley. Now back to McGee, way across the floor. Gives it to Sprouse, goes up for the shot. It won't go. Ball tipped around back to Sprouse. Shot up and in. And that was Zoe Sprouse. She gets her first bucket. And it's 23-9 in favor of the Donettes. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. This will be the final quarter. I'm only playing a half a game, just in case you're just tuning in. And Reedus tries to force it inside. It's knocked away, but she picks it up on the baseline. Now she got a dribble, and now she finally passes it back out to Emily Slayton. Now a nice pass down low from Slayton to Hawkins, and Hawkins looks like she has a good set of hands on her. A lot of times, these girls, the freshmen, are big, tall girls. And the shot put up no good. They didn't call a charge or a block. And the shot no good, and the Donettes get the rebound. Pass up ahead to Honeycutt. And she drug her pivot foot. I was going to say, Hawkins looks like she's a very strong girl. A lot of times they're kind of thin. I remember last year, Allison Skaggs had all kinds of moves for the Donettes, and she was a little thin and frail. And she's had 3 really good games for the Donettes so far in the games they've played, so maybe she has gotten a little bit stronger. Nichols is going to take it all the way, shot up and good. And Naylor starting to score a little bit here in the second quarter. 25-11, 4 minutes left. And now number 41, Peyton Lowry, handling the ball out front against McGee. Pass in the lane, wide open. Rita shot, she missed it. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Taylor Davis with a good pass there, but Rita's missed it off the left side. She was right out in front of the goal. And now Zello Layton coming back in. And the Donettes are going to bring Micah Burton back in. Going to replace Kenzie Reedus. Donettes back to the 2-2-1 press. Sprouse to inbound it. Gets it into Wheatley, and she gives it right back to Sprouse. Sprouse backing up towards the Donettes goal. Ball knocked away, loose on the floor. Picked up there, and taking it down, kicking it out in the corner. That is Burton. Her shot's no good, but she follows her shot, gets it, takes it in. Shot up, no good. Rebound underneath by Davis, and she is mauled down underneath the basket. And the Donettes will shoot their first free throws. And I think that foul's going to be on Sprouse. At least 2 fouls on Sprouse. And Taylor Davis, 5'9" sophomore, will try to get on the scoreboard with 3:33 left in this second quarter. We got the varsity game coming up probably about 15-20 minutes after this JV half a game is over. So if you're watching tonight thinking there might be 2 full games, if you know somebody that thinks there might be 2 full games waiting for that varsity game, you might ought to give them a call because they're going to be on a little bit early. Davis makes 1 out of 2. And the Donettes in the press. Pass over to the other side, ball knocked away and almost stolen. Sprouse comes away with it. Backs it back out. Wide open, Sullivan down in the corner. Now wide open underneath is Layton, and she throws it out. And the shot put up by Wheatley, and it's missed. And Layton had a wide open shot. Heading back the other way, Burton throws it out in the corner to Davis. Fakes a shot. Now to Arnold. Donettes passing around the perimeter. Nice drive there by Burton. Shot up a glass a little too hard. Ball loose on the floor. It's going to be picked up by the Donettes. Back over to Burton on the right wing. Down low, Davis spins, and she puts it up and gets it to go. And Taylor Davis has got 5. And it's 28-11. Sprouse looking up the floor, and she threw it too high, trying to get it to Layton, and it goes out of bounds. As Nichols and Sopko will come back in, and the Donettes are going to bring Bailey Honeycutt back in. So I believe Coach Epps has got everybody in the ball game and had several different ones that scored in this 28-11 lead. Micah Burton gets around her man, kicks it out. Long 2 up and no good, and that was by Honeycutt. And Hattie Nichols gets the rebound. Everybody runs off and leaves her, and she throws it out of bounds. As Sopko is coming back to help her out, but she's not that tall. So the ball goes back to Donettes. Emily Slayton dribbles to the right side. In the corner, Burton open again. This one is up. It's no good. Long rebound. Comes down to Lowry, and she throws it into the back court. That was Peyton Lowry. Good hustler to get the rebound, but she tried to get it back out front to Slayton and couldn't handle the pass. Somebody doesn't have a man. Nobody was guarding Sopko. She's finally picked up by Micah Burton. Pass in the lane, goes right through Davis's hands into the hands of Nichols, and she misses the shot, and the ball's going to go out of bounds off of Naylor. Taylor Davis, that ball went right through her hand. Now Kenzie Reed is coming back in. And she's going to replace Peyton Lowry. Maybe by the next time we have a JV game, I'll have some of these names lined out for you. Burton running the point, gets around her man. Stops inside the free throw line, kicks it back out to Slayton. Slayton hands it to Honeycutt. She's open at the free throw line, bounces down low. A bad pass picked off by Sopko. She hands it to McGee. McGee dribbles to the head of the key. Now she loses it. Nichols at the free throw line. She's going to fire it up, no good. And on the rebound, we have a tie ball between Sullivan and Reedus. And the arrow will favor the Donettes. .112 to go in the game. And Burton gets around her man, misses a little short jumper. She hadn't had any problems getting around her man. She's had trouble making the shot, but those will come. And we got a foul on the rebound on Reedus. And we had a sub come back in there. I'm not sure who it was. Wheatley, I believe. She's got the ball right now. Minute to go. Has it knocked away, but it goes right to Nichols. Over on the left wing, Sprouse. She tries to throw it inside. Picked off by Bailey Honeycutt. Now it's knocked away and stolen from her. And going to the basket is Sprouse, and she's going to be fouled by Honeycutt. Excuse me. That is Bailey Honeycutt's first foul. And 2 free throws coming for Zoe Sprouse. Naylor 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. And her first one is good. That is 3 points for Sprouse. And Addison Arnold comes back in, replaces Micah Burton. Next shot, no good. And Hattie Nichols does a nice job getting inside position, saves it from going out of bounds, and then Emily Slayton comes in and gets a steal. She got man on the right, and that is Arnold there. Layups up and good. A good assist there by Emily Slayton. Over to Addison Arnold, and she gets in the scorebook. 25 seconds, lob down low, wide open Nichols, and getting back on defense a little bit late is going to be Honeycutt. She's going to pick up a foul. Number 2 on her, and Nichols will shoot 2 now. And shot's good. She is 3 of 3 from the free throw line, has 5 points. And Peyton Lowry comes back in for Honeycutt. Nichols, next one good. Don't want to foul her. She's 4 out of 4. 20 seconds to go. Donettes lead 30-14. Slayton reverses her dribble. Now passes it right side on the wing to Reedus. Back to Slayton. Slayton dribbles into the paint. Out in the corner. Wide open Arnold. Shot no good. Long rebound picked up by the Donettes. Taylor Davis. She misses it. And it's knocked out of bounds with 2.5 seconds to go. And it'll stay with the Donettes. Pass in, Slayton shot, no good. And that'll be the ball game, and the Donettes win this half. A JV game 30-14 over the Naylor Lady Eagles. We got varsity coming up here shortly. We're our first junior varsity girls game that I ever remember doing in the books here on Current River Broadcasting. And the scoring for Naylor, Zello Layton had 2, Hattie Nichols 6, Zoe Sprouse 3, and Sarah Sopko 3, and they were 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Donettes had 4 from Grayson Kirby, 7 from McKenna Monahan, 2 from Addison Arnold, Kendra Moore with 2, Kenzie Reedus 2, Taylor Davis 5, and Kylie Hawkins had a nice half there and scored 8 points to lead the Donettes. And the Donettes were 1 of 2. So the Donettes win their first junior varsity game of the season. Of course, I don't know if they count these on the records when they just play a half or not, but it wasn't Doniphan's fault they didn't play a full game, and I think he probably could have played a full game looks like to me he had enough kids, but he decided not to. But the Donettes win at 30-14, and we've got about 14 and a half minutes on the clock. So we'll be back in about probably 10 minutes or so to get you set for the varsity game. This Ozark Foothills Conference game between the Donettes and the Naylor Lady Eagles, the Battle of Ripley County. We'll talk to you shortly. Over 3 minutes
You're watching
before we
Crit
have
River
playing our
Broadcasting
national
live on YouTube, your home for Doniphan High School sports. Tonight's game is brought to you by our following sponsors: Davis True Value, Mathis Timber, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, Current River Ford, Davis Sawmill, Countryside Chevy, and Hometown Pharmacy. Here's Keith Bowen with tonight's play-by-play of Doniphan basketball.
as well. I don't know how long it's think you're going to run. Probably just depends. Two schools in Ripley County, and it's always good because these two teams usually end up playing each other 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times, as they are both in the Christmas tournament, both in the Ozark Foothills tournament. So they will probably, chance they could meet up at least 3 times during the season, and it almost always seems like they do. I think they're in different brackets at Twin Rivers this time, and at halftime we'll take a look at the brackets. Also, I mentioned before the JV girls game that the Dons were seated 5th at Bloomfield. I don't think I mentioned that. They were seated 3rd in the Clarkton tournament, and then right after that tournament's over with, the day after Christmas, they start playing at Bloomfield, and they are the number 5 seed over there. They lost, the boys lost. Got down early, battled their way back. Ethan Jones just went off in the second half, and I mean, he was making some unbelievable circus shots, and the game was tied. East Carter had the ball. They called timeout with, I think, 11 seconds to go. They shot it. They forced one of the East Carter players who didn't score any points or very many to shoot a three-pointer. He missed it. But their big boy, Levi Boyer, was able to tip it in as the buzzer went off, and East Carter won it by 2. So that's the Dons' last game. But we're going to have the playing of the national anthem, and then we'll get those starters for the Naylor Eagles and the Doniphan Donettes for you.
We're for worrying less about the what-ifs and more about the why-nots. We're for checking off your bucket list and then making a new one. We're for starting a family, a business, a tradition. And if you find yourself starting over, we're here for that too. We're for doing as much as you possibly can on a Saturday and absolutely nothing on a Sunday. We're for building a life in Missouri and going out and living it. And when it comes to making sure everything you build is protected, we're here for you. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we are Missouri for life.
I'm Lindsay Turner, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
For nearly 60 years, Davis Sawmill in Doniphan is your place to go for selling timber in the area around Ripley County in Arkansas. If you have cut logs or standing timber to sell, William, Debbie, and their sons will work with you to make sure you get a fair price. If you need something hauled, they also have Little Black Trucking with flatbeds for hire. Family owned and operated for 5 generations, everyone at Davis Sawmill would like to wish the best of luck to Emily, Taylor, and the rest of the Donettes this season. Give them a call at 573-996-7830.
All right, we're just about set for varsity action here. The Naylor Lady Eagles, 2-1, coached by Logan Foster. They'll start a Shepard. They will be wearing black with gold numbers and Naylor across the front of their jerseys. And for the Donettes, with a record of 2-1, coached by Adam Epps, assistant coach Rodney Honeycutt, Sidney Speck, a 5'5 junior, Timber Turner, a 5'6 junior, Bailey Carson, a 5'9 junior, Olivia Kreutz, the only senior for the Donettes this year, number 22, a 5'7 senior, and a 6-foot sophomore, number 33, Allison Skaggs. And we have ended up with a nice crowd on hand. Over on the far side away from me, the gym is just about full. And on this side as well, there is quite a few people. As I said, this is the battle for Ripley County and a leg up in the Ozark Foothills Conference. I know the Donettes lost to Twin Rivers, but I'm looking forward to the rematch of those two teams, and they might face off against each other in the Christmas tournament as well. Donettes with their home whites with gold numbers and Donettes in black across the front of their jersey. They will go from left to right in the first half, Naylor from right to left. Allison Skaggs in the first 3 games is leading the Donettes in scoring with 16 points, also averaging 8.3 rebounds a game. Sydney Speck also averaging in double figures at 13.3. Olivia Cruz almost there in double figures with 9.3 and 7 rebounds a game. And we are ready to get this game underway here from Doniphan High School, so sit back and enjoy. And hopefully this will be the first of many games without having any canceled for the Donettes. They play again Thursday night here at home against Kennett. We'll be back here to bring that to you. And if you're just tuning in, tonight we started doing play-by-play of the JV games as well, and we'll do that for the boys as well. So you'll be able to hear the play-by-play in both games. And Allison Skaggs jumps against Moman, and the ball is tipped, and Olivia Cruz picks it up. Pass ahead to Speck, going to take it in, missed the layup. Ball tipped around, picked up in front by Bailey Carson, and we're going to have a foul on Danielle Shepard, grabbing Carson by the arm. And Shepard she is a ball hawker. You can get her in foul trouble, but I tell you what, they're a couple of girls underneath are really strong for Naylor. Inbounds pass by Carson is picked off as she tried to lob it into Allison Skaggs. Donettes will start out in a man-to-man. Urick with the ball out front and almost let it go back court, but it's picked up by Hattie Day. Dribbles to the right side, hands it off to Moman. Moman picks up her dribble at the head of the key. Got to get some help. Ball knocked away. She picks it back up. Now she can dribble. Dribbles to the free throw line. Gives it back to Urick, and she brings it out front and reset. Naylor is usually pretty deliberate. They don't get in no hurry. They're going to run a weave out front. Crawford hands it to Day, back to Crawford. You got to stay on her because she can shoot the 3. Shepard at the right elbow. Dribbles in, spins, puts a shot up. It's blocked. And she's going to get her own ball underneath, and then she lost it out of bounds. And they're going to say it was last touched by the Donettes. We've played 54 seconds, and neither team has scored. Urick throws it to Shepard, head of the key. Over to Moman on the left side of head of the key. Guarded by Bailey Carson. Puts it on the floor a couple times. Back out front to Urick at the volleyball line. Cruz is trying to make her go left. She's overplaying her to the right. She does dribble left, hands it to Crawford. Crawford dribbles over, hands it to Day. Day dribbles, hands it to Urick as they run a weave out front. Cruz makes her come back to the left side, hands it to Day again. Goes around the screen, picks it up, ball knocked away. Shepard's going to pick it up, throws it up, no good. And Allison Skaggs with the rebound for the Donettes. Gives it to Bailey Carson. Carson brings it into the front court. Going to take it all the way down. Shot up, no good. Ball tipped around, and Urick's got it. Cruz trying to catch up with her, and she does and knocks it out of bounds. Donettes ended up with nobody back when that shot went up. And Cruz just faster than Urick as she got back. Urick had a couple of steps on her when she first took off, but Olivia Cruz, nice hustle to get back and knock it out of bounds. This game may be a little sloppy, especially at the start for the Donettes. As I said, they hadn't played in a while. And Hattie Day takes it in and puts it up in the left hand off the glass, and Naylor takes a 2-0 lead. Carson will bring it up. She's met by Day as Naylor playing a man-to-man as well. Carson dribbles down, throws across court. Speck has to go around and get it. Gives it to Turner. Turner in the lane, back out front to Carson. Now the Donettes will reset. Looking for their first point. Gives it to Cruz, left side. Lob to Carson off the back screen. She lays it in. And it's 2-2. Donettes will get a chance to set up in their press for the first time. Urick's got to get it in. She's standing there holding it, just barely gets it into Moman. Moman dribbles through the press and kicks it out in the corner. Now it's knocked away, and the Donettes weren't able to save it before it went out of bounds. That's a good thing because Crawford was standing down there wide open, and I said a little bit earlier, she is a good three-point shooter. Inbounds pass comes to Moman, over to Shepard, looking for screeners down low. Shepard will hand it to Urick, and they'll reset their offense. Dribbles to the left side, double teamed and fouled by Sydney Speck. That was kind of one that she didn't really need to pick up there. That's 2 team fouls, or excuse me, 1 team foul. First one on Speck. Crawford gets it into Urick. Olivia Cruz making her work. Urick will take it back out front. Naylor's trying to get Crawford open on that wing. Urick dribbles baseline, cut off, back out front to Crawford. Gives it to Moment. Makes a move, stops, shoots it. No good. Ball tipped around. Bailey Carson gets the rebound. Carson right up the middle of the floor. Down into the paint. Stops, shoots, and she scores. Bailey Carson with all 4. They didn't stop her, so she just took it down there and shot about a 4-footer. Urick inbounds it to Crawford, back to Urick. Urick now to Shepard, back to Urick. Donettes making them work. It's it today, and they just barely beat it across. Shepard takes it into the lane. Little jump hook's up and good by Danielle Shepard. That had to have been close to a 10-second call. Coach Epps was looking for one. Naylor didn't get in any hurry. Carson's pass is batted away by Day, and Day's going to get the steal. Pass ahead, Shepard one-on-one with Cruz. Goes down, lays it up the left hand, it's good. Naylor leads it 6-4. Carson got a little lazy with the ball out front, and Hattie Day was there to knock it away and then pick it up as well. We're halfway through the first quarter, 6-4 Naylor. Cruz dribbles to the right side. And a pass is stolen. She tried the little slip pass there to Allison Skaggs, and she tried to set the screen and take off to the basket, and Cruz's pass was way short. Donettes turning it over a lot here in the first quarter. Don't want to get too far behind because Naylor, like I said, is very deliberate, and Hattie Day's got a wide open layup, and she missed it. And Bailey Carson gets the rebound, heads the other way. Going to dribble down, go down, and lays it up too hard. And Moman with the rebound. .3:15 to go first quarter. Naylor leads 6-4 as Urick walks it up the floor. That's the way they played when Coach Deckard was the coach and Logan Foster was his assistant for several years. So kind of played the same way. They don't have near as deep a bench as the Donettes do. So, and Sydney Speck flashes for the steal, and she'll knock it out of bounds on the deflection. And Coach Foster's going to call a timeout with 2:59 to go first quarter. That's another thing he'll do is use his timeouts to let them rest. And it's 6-4 Naylor. We got a 30-second timeout. We'll take one too. We'll be back after this break.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
True Value.
Welcome back, everybody. We got 2:59 to go in the first quarter. Donettes trail the Naylor Lady Eagles 6-4. It's been pretty sluggish here, several turnovers. Hopefully the Donettes will get it lined out here in a little bit. And Naylor has the ball. Donettes playing man-to-man. Urick dribbles over to the right side, now reverses and then reverses back to the right side. Cruz is staying right with her. Used to, in high school, that would have been a 5-second call, but half the time they don't count now. Day gives it to Shepard, right elbow. Takes it, kicks it out to Urick. A three-pointer by Urick. It's good. That makes it 9-4 with 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Bailey Carson has all 4 points. Now Naylor sets up in a half-court trap. In the middle of the floor, Skaggs out to Speck. She's open for three. Short, shot short. Long rebound. Urick gets it on the other side, lets the traffic clear. And that was a wide open shot for Speck. She just didn't make it. Hattie Day on the right wing. Puts it on the floor into the paint. Goes up for the shot, partially blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say it's Doniphan basketball. I thought somebody got a hand on that, but evidently not. It's a 1-3-1 half-court trap. Olivia Cruz gives it to Bailey Carson, gets it across the half line. Back to Cruz. Cruz is going to dribble into the paint, all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. There you go. Your senior needs to get things going, so she takes it all the way to the hole, makes it 9-6. Urick in the back court, passes up ahead to Shepard. Now the moment, she's one-on-one with Timber Turner out in the corner. Crawford, three-pointer up, and it's short. And Bailey Carson blocks out, gets the rebound. And she comes up the middle of the floor. Has got Skaggs wide open. Didn't take it to her, and she missed the shot. Timber Turner gets the rebound. Back to Carson. Fakes the three, and she travels. And we got 3 subs coming in for the Donettes. Grayson Kirby, Brooklyn Klepsic, and Kendra Moore. And let's see, Carson and Turner will stay in. And after the travel by Carson, the turnover. Now we got number 30, Harley Sullivan, checking in. She's a 5'6" sophomore for Naylor, and she replaced Hattie Day. Turner on Shepard in the back court, dribbles it off her foot, but it's picked up by Urick. Urick dribbles it off her foot. He takes off dribbling again and bounces it to Crawford, and it's thrown away. Crawford had to save it, pass ahead to Kirby. One-on-one with Urick, and she put it up no good. But she will go to the free throw line as Alyssa Urick's going to pick up her first foul. And, I just now noticed on my score sheet, I don't know where I'm going to keep the Donettes free throws. I guess I'll have to keep them over the side here. They've got so many players. They've got all the JV players listed on the score sheet here. Kirby's free throw is no good as it rims out. That was the second team foul on Naylor. 54.5 seconds left first quarter. Kirby trying to cut it to a 2-point lead for the Lady Eagles. And this one is short. And Shepard with another rebound. Looking for Urick, gets it off to her. Urick will be guarded by Grayson Kirby now. Dribbles right side, gives it to Crawford on the wing. Guarded by Kendra Moore. Back out to Sullivan out front. And she gives it back to Urick as they play catch way out away from the basket. And we're going to have a foul on Kendra Moore. Got a little too close to Mackenzie Crawford. That's her first, second team foul on the Donettes. We're still at 9-6. Low scoring first quarter. Pass comes inbounds to Moman. Over to Sullivan on the left wing. Sullivan loses her dribble. Back out front. Kirby went for the steal, didn't get it. Urick over to Crawford. Crawford down low to Moman. And the ball almost knocked out of bounds. But Shepard's going to get it and put up a wild shot. No good. And Carson gets the rebound. Pass up ahead. Moore in the corner. Fakes the shot. Going to take it in. Put it up off the glass and in. Nice drive by Moore and a good job by Carson. Pass ahead to Moman. Stolen away. And Klepsic has to go to the floor to get it. And the Donettes got that bucket just in time as the buzzer sounds to end the first quarter. And it's 9-8 in favor of the Naylor Lady Eagles here at Bill L. Wright Gymnasium in Doniphan. We'll be back with second quarter action here on Kurt River Broadcasting in 1 minute.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
Welcome back, everybody. Keith Mullen back at Doniphan High School. It'll be Naylor's ball to start the second quarter. They'll send out Urick, Crawford, Shepard, Mulman, and Sullivan. And 4 of those girls played the entire first quarter. I think if the Donettes can just hang in there before the game's over, they'll wear Naylor down because the Donettes are playing a lot more people. Now a wild scramble for the ball, and 3 or 4 players go to the floor, and it's tie ball, and it belongs to the Donettes as Naylor got to start the quarter. 9-8. Donettes have Olivia Cruz, Kendra Moore, Brooklyn Klepsick, Bailey Carson, and Timber Turner on the floor. Cruz dribbles, right side, gets a screen from Carson, pick and roll. Carson goes in, and an offensive foul on Bailey Carson. And Danielle Shepard will do that. You've got to stop and go straight up and not lean forward. And Carson picks up the charge. So that'll turn it back over to Naylor. Urick looking to inbound it. Gets it into E.B. Moment. Back to Urick. Again, she's guarded by Cruz. Cruz trying to make her go left. Dribbles over towards the right side, gives it to Crawford. Crawford down low to Shepard. Klepsick comes in and helps on her, and the ball knocked back out to Crawford. Over to Sullivan. Back in out front to Urick. Urick between the circles. Back to Sullivan. Now back to Urick. As I said, they are very deliberate. Take their time, look for a good shot. Pass inside the Moment. Triple team. Shot up, no good, but she's going to be fouled. They had her triple teamed. All they had to do was just go straight up, but somebody evidently leaned into her. And it's going to be Brooklyn Klepsick. That'll be 2 shots for Moment. It'll be Naylor's first free throw. Her free throw is good. And that's Moment's first point as Hattie Day comes back in. And she replaces Crawford. Kendra Moore checks out. And she is replaced by Allison Skaggs, and also Carson checks out. Sydney Speck back in. Moment makes both, pushes the lead back to 3 points with 7 minutes left in the first half. Olivia Cruz met by Urick at the half line. Naylor back to the man-to-man. They were in that half-court trap for a little while. Sydney Speck, left wing, in the corner to Klepsick. Now back to Speck. Olivia Cruz out front. Back to Speck. Allison Skaggs is posted up. I don't know why they don't give it to her, but let her try because they haven't done it yet. Cruz, nice turnaround shot, and it won't go. And they're going to have a foul on the rebound on Olivia Cruz, so the Donettes can't get the ball in the basket. And that was not something I didn't go to the games of Van Buren, but I don't think they had any trouble scoring at Van Buren, but this has been a long layoff here. But Naylor may be dealing with the same thing, I don't know. 6.5 minutes left first half, and Naylor brings it into the front court with a 3-point lead. Urick hands it off to Sullivan. Double team back to Urick. Wide open 3. She's hit 1 from there. That was way off. And Olivia Cruz gets the rebound. 2-on-2. Going to take it down over to Speck, and Speck was cutting to the basket. And normally you would think Speck would line up a 3-pointer right there, and it goes out of bounds. And Grayson Kirby's going to come in for Olivia Cruz. Ball back to Naylor. Another turnover on the Donettes. I think they have more turnovers than they have points right now. Hattie Day with the ball. Klepsick catches up with her, hands it to Shepard. And they finally give it to Urick. Urick lobs it down low, and Allison Skaggs gets a steal. She's coming up the left side. She's going to take it all the way. Goes down, shoots it too hard. Offensive rebound, Timber Turner, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Sullivan picks it up. Naylor's getting all the loose balls as well. I think Sullivan double dribble. Now she throws it away. And Klepsick wide open, doesn't take it. Into the lane to Turner. Her shot no good. And a rebound today, and she's going to be tied up. And it'll be Naylor's ball on the alternating possession as Bailey Carson comes to the scores table and check back in. And she's going to give Timber Turner a rest. Turner done some good rebounding there, but couldn't get those shots to go. I'd like to see Klepsick shoot that 3-pointer. She was wide open. And bounce past today, and they give it right back to Urick. They need to guard Urick out of bounds because she gets it back every time. I'm not sure the other ones can get it up the floor. She does a nice job, gets it into the front court. Gives it to Day on the right wing, cross court to Sullivan. Sullivan bounces back to Urick. Donettes still with only 8 points, and Sullivan throws it out of bounds. She had, Moman was open and had Skaggs on the wrong side, but the pass was too far out in front of her. Mackenzie Crawford comes back in. So Naylor's got their starters back on the floor. Donettes could use a basket of some sort here. Carson dribbles to the right side, gets a screen. Over to Speck on the left wing. But why are they not giving it to Skaggs? I don't get it. I mean, they could have gave it to her easy. Now Carson back out front with it. Guarded by Shepard. Now over to Speck. And we got a timeout called by Coach Epps. With 4:52 to go. The Donettes haven't scored this quarter. Naylor's only got 2, and we've played a little over 3 minutes. And with this timeout, we'll take 1-2 and be back in 30 seconds.
We're for road trips. We're for hitting up Arthur Bryant's for lunch and making it to Lambert's for dinner. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, steel horses, and real horses. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck in traffic and 6-lane freeways that aren't so free. We're for Missouri license plates. No, medals of pride. Like us, no 2 roads are alike, but we're all connected. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missouri driver, we're for you.
I am Doug Green, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
Well, folks, this first half has been kind of ugly on both sides. We only have 19 points total, and we've played, about 11, a little over 11 minutes in this game, and only have 19 points between the two teams. Olivia Cruz checked out during that timeout, and they tried that backdoor play they run for the first 2 points of the game. That time Naylor played it well, as Harley Sullivan is back in the ball game for Naylor. Olivia Cruz in the corner. Klepsik wide open 3, and it's good. There we go. That ties the game. Last year when she hit her first shot, she'd had some really good games. Pass up ahead. Shepard, and the ball coming away from behind, knocked away from behind. It's picked up underneath by Moman. And as Donettes were trying to dive on the ball, we got a foul called, and that's going to be the second one on Brooklyn Klepsik. They were on the floor fighting for it. And that's also the 6th team foul on the Donettes. Naylor's only committed 2. That's another thing that they do pretty well, is they do not foul. Shepard puts it on the floor one time. Back out to Moman near midcourt. And she'll give it to Urich. Over right side to Crawford. Down to Shepard. Misses the shot. Moman saves it from going out of bounds, but she saved it to Sydney Speck. Donettes with a chance to take the lead. Cruz stops at the volleyball line. Donettes set it up. Over to Klepsik. Hits Sydney Speck in the lane, and they knock it off her leg. Good defensive play by Mackenzie Crawford, as Kendra Moore's coming back in. And Timber Turner for the Donettes. Sullivan goes out. And Hattie Day comes back in for Naylor. Klepsik and Skaggs check out. Skaggs, let's see, she has not scored. She's the Donettes' leading scorer in the first 3 games of the season. That's right there. I think the Donettes need to guard her taking the ball out of bounds and make somebody else bring it up the floor, but she gets it back so easy because whoever's guarding her is way up the floor a little ways. Donettes playing man-to-man defense. Moore on Crawford. Crawford gives it back to Urich between the circles. Creeps all over. Now to Day on the left wing. Day dribbles to the free throw line. Out to Urich. Thought about the 3. Cruz picked her up. Gives it back to Crawford. Now Crawford back to Urich. Left side to Day. Pass in the lane. Knocked away, but Moman does come away with it. Gives it to Shepard. Shepard goes in. And on the shot, she's going to be fouled. It almost went in as well. That's one of those reach-in fouls from the side where you'd be better off just to let them shoot it. That one's on Kendra Moore. That's her second. And this last 3:05, Naylor will be shooting free throws. This will be a 2-shot foul. Shepard makes the first one. And she has 5 points to lead the Lady Eagles. That one is good. They're 4 of 4 from the line. They go back up 13-11 with 3 minutes left in the first half. They're back in that 1-3-1 half-court trap. Cruz gives it to Bailey Carson. Carson in the corner to Moore. Moore dribbles in, goes in, and an offensive foul. Oh, they're going to call a block that time. Moore was a little bit out of control there. She's probably lucky that they called a. That's going to be the second foul on Shepard. That is a big foul there. Well, if they could get another one on her. And it'll be Kendra Moore at the free throw line. She's a 5'6" sophomore. And she misses the first one. Donettes are 0 for 3, and Naylor is 4 for 4. There's the difference in the game right there. Sydney Speck checks out. Grayson Kirby back in. And Brooklyn Klepsick also at the scorer's table. She must be coming in for Kendra Moore if she can make this free throw. And that one rims out. And Day with the rebound. Yeah, that was a sore point for the Donettes last year as well. Free throw percentage. Crawford, wide open three. It's good. I don't know who's guarding her, but you cannot leave her open. And that pushes the lead up to 5. And she was wide open. She had all day to look at that. Somebody just didn't know who they were guarding. I don't know if it was somebody who just checked into the ball game or what, but pass into the lane. Olivia Cruz is going to be fouled, and that's going to be the third one, I think, on Danielle Shepard. That is. That's a big foul. But the Donettes got to start making some shots and making some free throws. Going to be Olivia Cruz. She's shooting 80% from the free throw line, leading the Donettes. And she missed it. Sullivan comes back into the game. Shepard goes to the bench with 3 fouls. As Klepsick comes in and Allison Skaggs. The Donettes have Cruz, Skaggs, Turner, Carson, and Klepsick on the floor. Well, that one didn't go. All over the rim, and Timber Turner's going to get the offensive rebound. Out to Bailey Carson. Carson looking inside, nobody there. She's going to take it in about a 10-footer, and it's good. Bailey Carson's got 6, and it's 16-13. 2 minutes left in the first half. Pass ahead to Sullivan on the left wing. Cross court to Crawford. Now back out front to Urick, right back to Crawford on the wing. Pass in the lane, knocked away by Skaggs, loose on the floor. And Allison Skaggs, oh, come on. He called a travel on that. They were fighting for the ball. They should have called a jump ball. That'll be Naylor's basketball. And we got a timeout by Coach Foster with a score 16-13 Naylor. 1:45 to go in the first half. And we're going to keep it here. They called a 30-second timeout. The Donettes have only scored 5 points this quarter. And Naylor has scored 7. So, like I said, it's been ugly offensively for both teams this whole first half. But Naylor does have one of their best players. Actually, she's leading them in scoring right now with 6 points, Danielle Shepard. She's not that big, but she is strong, and she is a really good rebounder. And she's on the bench with 3 personal fouls. I was kind of surprised Coach Foster didn't take her out when she got that second one. And it wasn't a minute later on the clock she picked up the third one. So Naylor's got the ball and a 3-point lead. And Crawford will inbound it. Sullivan gets open. Dribbles to the right side. Now she picks up her dribble. Hands it to Mackenzie Crawford. Crawford dribbles to the baseline, and she walked. And that'll give it back to the Donettes. That was good help defense there by someone. I don't know who it was. Somebody stepped off their man, and that caused the travel. Brooklyn Klepsick will bring it up. Steps across the half line. Naylor back man-to-man. Pass is tipped, and it's knocked in the backcourt by Moment, and she's going to run it down. Lazy pass by Klepsick. Sullivan thought about going cross court to Crawford. She gets it to Urick, and Urick does give it to Crawford. Sullivan looking inside, nobody open. Back to Urick, right back to Sullivan. She's going to try a 3-pointer. It's an air ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it'll be Donette's ball. They got Klepsick playing. They must be running a play here But she made a really bad pass a while ago. Gives it to Kreutz on the left wing. Kreutz gets a screen from Carson. Back out to Klepczyk, and she's going to be fouled on the three-pointer by Mackenzie Crawford. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The Donettes are 0 of 6 from the free throw line. And let's see. They're only shooting 53.7% in the first 3 games from the free throw line. And Klepczyk will have 3. And they finally make one. Maybe that'll break the ice. And now let's see. Klepczyk has got 4 in the game. 46.5 seconds to go. She makes both these. We'll be tied again. Next one on the way, off the back of the rim. Wow. 1 of 8, and Naylor's 4 of 4. She makes 2 of 3. And now the Donettes get a chance to set up in their press. Pass in the lane, knocked away by Allison Skaggs. Olivia Cruz goes down, puts it up, and it's good. And the Donettes go up 17-16. Pass to Hattie Day, right back to Urich. Passes up near midcourt to Crawford. Back to Urich, still in the backcourt. Goes up in the midcourt. And Day has Moman wide open, gets it to her. Moman turns, misses the shot. Carson with a rebound. 20 seconds to go. Carson slows it up, hands to Olivia Cruz with 12 seconds. 10 seconds. Urich comes out to get her. Cruz dribbles to the baseline. She got a path to the basket, lays it up, and she missed it. Oh my gosh. That was a wide open one. And that's going to be the end of the first half, but that last basket by Olivia Cruz, and the Donettes have pulled ahead by a slim 1 point, 17-16 over the Naylor Lady Eagles. They kind of got going a little bit there in the last minute or so, and they outscored Naylor in that quarter 9-7 after trailing 9-8, and they lead it 17-16 at halftime. Look at the scoring real quick here for Naylor. Danielle Shepard has 6, Alyssa Urich 3, Mackenzie Crawford 3. Both of those were 3-point shots. Evie Moman 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. And Hattie Day also has 2, and they're 4 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half, whereas the Donettes are only 2 of 9, and those 2 of the last 3 they shot by Brooklyn Klepczyk. For the Donettes, see, Bailey Carson has 6. Brooklyn Klepczyk hit the only 3-pointer for the Donettes. She's got 5. 4 points for Olivia Cruz and Kendra Moore with 2. And I believe that's all the scoring. Now, foul trouble, Danielle Shepard, the only one in the game with 3 fouls, and she is one of Naylor's main players. As a matter of fact, she's leading them in scoring right now. But she spent the last 2 or 3 minutes of the first half on the bench with 3 fouls. The Donettes have Brooklyn Klepczyk and Kendra Moore with 2, and nobody else with more than 1. Now, I am going to take a short break. I'm going to come back on a little bit earlier because I want to get the bracket out for the Christmas tournament for the girls. And also, if I've got time, I'll look at the Christmas Bloomfield Christmas tournament bracket for the boys. And again, the boys are playing tomorrow night in the Clarkton Christmas tournament against the Needhamville Tigers, I believe about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So it's 17-16 Donettes at halftime over the Naylor Lady Eagles. We'll be back shortly, so stay tuned.
For nearly 60 years, Davis Sawmill in Doniphan is your place to go for selling timber in the area around Ripley County in Arkansas. If you have cut logs or standing timber to sell, William, Debbie, and their sons will work with you to make sure you get a fair price. If you need something hauled, they also have Little Black Trucking with flatbeds for hire. Family owned and operated for 5 generations, everyone at Davis Sawmill would like to wish the best of luck to Emily, Taylor, and the rest of the Donettes this season. Give them a call at 573-996-7830.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, or SUV, you need to make a stop at Countryside Chevrolet on Highway 160 in Doniphan. Countryside has one of the largest Chevrolet selections in the area, plus plenty of pre-owned vehicles that go through a 117-point inspection before they're warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. The goal at Countryside is to provide you the best deal on your next car, truck, or SUV. See them online at countrysidechevrolet.com or call 1-800-63-CHEVY. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
We're for worrying less about the what-ifs and more about the why-nots. We're for checking off your bucket list and then making a new one. We're for starting a family, a business, a tradition. And if you find yourself starting over, we're here for that too. We're for doing as much as you possibly can on a Saturday and absolutely nothing on a Sunday. We're for building a life in Missouri and going out and living it. And when it comes to making sure everything you build is protected, we're here for you. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we are Missouri for life.
At Mathis Lumber, our goal is to provide our landowners with the greatest possible financial return on their timber lands, while not damaging young timber or leaving your property in a mess. We have served Ripley County and the surrounding areas since 1939. We will buy your timber on lump sum total or percentage, and we have several references available upon request. Call Craig Mathis at 573-429-0996 and see how Mathis Timber can help you with all our timber harvesting needs.
You've heard it all before. We're number one. We're the best. We have the biggest rebates. Now is the time to skip the hype and come to Current River Ford in Doniphan. They're all about helping you find the perfect new Ford. Current River Ford services your vehicles after the sale. From the moment you drive in, you will receive the quality service you've been missing. With the selection at Current River Ford, you'll find the new vehicle you want. How about getting your next vehicle at a dealership that makes it all about you? Current River Ford, Highway 160 in Doniphan.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
Is the Twin Rivers Lady Royals, and they will play Portageville at 11:15. And as I said earlier, if the Donettes would have beat Twin Rivers at Van Buren, the Donettes would have got the number 2 seed. Number 3 went to the Neelyville Lady Tigers, and they will play number 14 Charleston at 12:30 this Saturday. And then the Donettes play at 1:45 this coming Saturday against the Chaffee Lady Red Devils. and they are in the bracket with Dexter, the number 5 seed, and they will play the Greenville Lady Bears, the 12th seed, and that game will be at 3 p.m. Number 6 went to Kennett, and Kennett is the Donettes opponent this coming Thursday night right here at Bill L. Wright. And Kennett will play number 11 East Carter. And then we have number 7 is Holcomb, and they will play at 6 p.m. against Malden, the number 10 seed. And then we go back up to the 8-9 game. Naylor is the 8th seed, and they will play number 9 Kelly at 7:30. There's 8 games down there on Saturday. Now I did notice on, let's see, trying to, I got the wrong one up here. The bracket for Bloomfield, they're doing it in sessions. They're playing 2 games in each session. I guess that is to limit the number of fans. As far as I know, that's what it is. I think I've got time to go over it real quick. Dexter plays Bloomfield. Dexter's the 1 seed, Bloomfield 16 at 9 o'clock. This is on the day after Christmas, the 26th. The 8th seed was Twin Rivers, 9 South Pim. They play at 10:15. The second session will have number 4 Bernie against number 13 Richland at noon. And at 1:30 on the 26th, the Dons, number 5 will play number 12 Holcomb in session 2. Session 3 will have number 2 Kennett at 3:30 against number 15 Puxico. And the second game in session 3 will be number 7 Van Buren, number 10 East Prairie. And the 4th session begins at 6:30 with number 3 Portageville, number 14 Gideon, and number 6 Haytie playing number 11 Malden. That's the Bloomfield Christmas tournament. As I said, the boys are playing in the Clarkton Christmas tournament tomorrow night against the Needlerville Tigers. I believe that game's at 8 o'clock there. The number 3 seed, East Carter, was number 2 and Portageville number 1. So that means the Dons will be in the bracket with Portageville down at Clarkton. All right, we're set to go. 1-point lead for the Donettes, and it's going to be Donettes ball. They send out Sydney Speck, Olivia Kreutz, Allison Skaggs, Timber Turner, and Bailey Carson. It'll be Day, Moman, Crawford, Shepard playing with 3 fouls, and Urick. Both teams go back to the starters here in the 3rd quarter. Donettes get it inbounds. Cruz goes behind her back, gets a screen from Allison Skaggs, and a good pass there. And Bailey Carson missed an easy one. Donettes get the rebound. Olivia Cruz dribbles into the paint, puts up the little runner, and they're going to call her for a walk. It went in, but they wave it off. Bailey Carson had a wide open shot there. She got a good screen, and she just slammed it too hard off the backboard. And again, the Donettes let the ball go right back to Urick. I don't understand that. Urick goes to the floor, and she gets it away today. Now to Shepard at the head of the key, had a 3-on-2 and didn't take it. I've said the whole game, they're deliberate, and they just bring it back out and run it. Crawford, right side to Day. Day back to the head of the key, almost traveled herself. And she'll give it back to Urick, and they'll reset. 17-16 Donettes. We're in the 3rd quarter, folks. It's only 17-16. Bailey Carson had a steal. Almost had a steal. Good hustle there. And they're going to say his last touch. It hit Hattie Day, and then it come back and hit Bailey Carson. Crawford inbound it, gets it into Alyssa Urick. Puts it on the floor, dribbles the left elbow out to Crawford. She's got an open 3, in and out. And good block out by Olivia Cruz. Brings it up the floor, got her head up, going to take it all the way, gives it to Carson, and we got an offensive foul on Olivia Cruz. That was a delayed call. I think it was the right call, but it was kind of delayed. As after she passed, she kept going and she ran over the defense. When you give up that pass, just come to a jump stop. It's easy to do, but it happens all the time. Go ball back to Naylor. Urick gives it to Mackenzie Crawford. Drives to the baseline. Good defense by Speck, and she cuts her off. Throws it to Shepard on the baseline. Lobs it back out to Crawford, way out on the right wing to Day. Now she swings it left side to Urick. Donettes have done a pretty good job of keeping the big girls from Naylor getting the ball inside. Pass across the lane to Shepard. Now it's knocked away and stolen. Here comes Bailey Carson up the middle. Donettes got numbers. Carson's going to stop and shoot it, and she scored. Now that was a good one because she jump stopped and didn't have her momentum going forward. 19-16 Donettes. Urick looking up the floor. Dribbles in between two defenders, stops at the elbow. Bounces to Shepard. Shepard goes down, lays it up, no good. Cruz with a rebound for the Donettes. And now Cruz had it knocked away, but she's able to pick it up. Now Cruz walks it up the floor. 5:40 to go in the third quarter. The Donettes have scored the only two here in this quarter, 19-16. In the lane, Cruz gets it, puts it up, and scores. There's coming off that screen. Good pass from Carson. And Olivia Cruz has got 6. And the Donettes have their biggest lead of the night at 21-16. With 5:29 to go in the third, we got a timeout called by Coach Foster. It's a long one, so we'll take a minute break, and we'll be back with more Donettes basketball.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
True Value.
Welcome back, everybody. Got caught there clearing my throat a little bit. I thought that I took a minute break, but evidently I only took a 30-second one. All right, the Donettes have scored the first 4 points here in the third quarter. They've held Naylor scoreless for 2.5 minutes, and they have upped their lead to 21-16. Donettes set up in their press, and Urick gets it in today and then gets it right back. Donettes in a zone press. Urick trying to dribble through it, and she does. And then she's going to be fouled by Olivia Cruz. And that's going to be 3 on Olivia, and she'll be the first one for the Donettes. And here comes Grayson Kirby in to replace her. And it's a bad time to get your third one. She's playing well in this quarter. So Kirby will come in. She'll be guarding Alyssa Urick. And they almost don't get it in. Oh, they steal it. Allison Skaggs going to give it to Speck. Speck goes down, lays it in. And that is Sydney Speck's first 2 of the game. And Allison Skaggs, the leading scorer, has not scored yet. And the Donettes still have a 7-point lead. Pass in the middle of the day. She gets Skaggs in the air, goes around her. Lobs it down to Shepard. Shepard takes it in. Her shot blocked. Gets the ball back. Dribbles it out to the baseline. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan's 3 looks good, and it is. Harley Sullivan with her first basket. And good hustle by Danielle Shepard after she had that shot blocked to get it back. And that stops the Donettes 6-0 run. Carson gets around the screen, puts it up, missed it, short-armed it. Ball knocked away, it's loose on the floor. And it's still loose, and it's still loose. And they're going to have a jump ball. And I think it's Naylor's ball. Well, Bailey's having a hard time. The last one she shot way too hard off the glass, and that one she didn't get up high enough to go get above the rim and hit the underneath side of the rim off the glass. And she is replaced by Brooklyn Klepsig. And Naylor with a chance to cut into the Donettes' 4-point lead. The bounce pass comes to Shepard, and she throws it away. Oh my gosh, she didn't have control of it. They called back court, but she didn't have control of the ball. She's going after the ball. That's, oh my goodness. She went after the ball and it hit her hand, and it was like a dribble, so they said she had possession, but she didn't have possession of it. That should have been a turnover. Moman will dribble it across the half line. Bounces over to Urick. Gives it to Sullivan, who just hit a 3-pointer. Picks up her dribble in the lane to Day. Day is going to travel. She's got her pivot foot. 4:09 left in the third quarter. Donettes have scored 6 and Naylor has scored 3. And the Donettes lead 23-19. Kirby dribbles down looking for a handoff to Turner, and they read that one. And another tie ball. And it will be Donette's ball this time. I don't know. Sydney Speck was standing right out behind Kirby, and sometimes you can't run the play if they're in the way of running it. And like I said, Kirby didn't get to play all year last year, so she's still on the job learning, and the Donettes throw it away. And Klepsik would have had a wide open three. You got to hit that pass right where they can catch it and put it in the air. And Olivia Cruz will come back in for Grayson Kirby. And Naylor will get it back on a turnover again. And we got a 5-second call. Donettes played good defense that time. Timber Turner wouldn't let Hattie Day have the ball there. Bailey Carson back in the game, and she replaces Turner. And that time Brooklyn Klepsik was standing right by Alyssa Urich. If they did get it in, she might not have been able to get it back. Cruz dribbling out front in the lane to Carson. She turns, she's wide open, she scores. At 10 points for Bailey Carson. Naylor kind of backed off of her. She was only about 4 or 6 feet out in front of the basket. 25-19. Urich dribbles over the left side and gives it to Sullivan. Sullivan, and she got away with a double dribble. How are them guys not seeing that? Urich dribbles in, throws up a floater. It's no good, and the ball is going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Allison Skaggs. And I'd like to see Allison Skaggs get in the scoring column here and get going a little bit. She is averaging 16 points a game through the first 3 games, and she has not scored a point. I don't even remember her shooting a shot, to tell you the truth. Sullivan in the lane with it, kicks it back out for Moment. Over to Urich on the left side. She's going to dribble back out front and reset. And Olivia Cruz jumps out and picks up her 4th foul. I hate to say this, but Olivia's a senior. She's got to know better than that. I mean, I know she's trying to get the ball, but we got 3:05 left in the 3rd quarter. You don't want to pick up that 4th foul. You're going to be on the bench for a while. So pass into Urich. Out to Sullivan. Fakes the 3. Good job by Turner to get her picked up. Mackenzie Crawford back in the ball game. Sydney Speck on her. They got to watch her at the 3-point line. Sullivan picks it up. Got to get some help. Crawford has come way out near midcourt to get it. She calls Urich over. Gets it back to Urich between the circles. Over to Sullivan. Thought about the 3. Didn't take it. Back out to Urich. Passes it right side to Crawford. Now to Sullivan, head of the key. Fakes the pass to the left side. Gives it to Crawford. Now over to Urich on the left wing. Cross court. Sullivan hit a 3 from her. Didn't take it. Going to dribble in, throws it up, and a nice little runner there by Harley Sullivan. And it's 25-21. The Donettes can't shake them here. They got up to a 7-point lead a while ago, and then Sullivan hit a 3. And right now it's 25-21 with 2:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Skaggs was wide open. They're not even trying to get it into her. I mean, she was wide open that time. And Klepsik catches underneath, and she misses a bunny. Well, the Donettes have missed a bunch of them right under the basket. This could be a lot bigger lead. They need to get Skaggs that shot. If she's 6 foot tall or better, she should be able to shoot over the top of them. And Klepsik was wide open there. Sullivan hands it to Urich. Bounces to Crawford. Wide open 3. That's way short. And a foul over the back on Evie Moman. That is Naylor's first foul in this 3rd quarter. That's Moman's first personal. And we got Hattie Day coming back in for Crawford for Naylor. Kendra Moore will replace Sydney Speck for the Donettes. 1:29 left in the 3rd quarter. It's 25-21 Donettes. And Grayson Kirby also comes in and replaces Timber Turner. So the Donettes have Carson, Klepsik, Skaggs, Moore, and Turner. Moore and Kirby. And now Kendra Moore's called for a travel. And she's checking out. And McKenna Monahan, a 5'4 sophomore, is going to come in and replace her. That was an unforced turnover. Urick will bring it up against Klepsik. Comes over the left side. Day comes way out on the left wing to get it. Dribbles down, cut off there by Monahan. Bounces to Shepard. Shepard head of the key to Sullivan. Ball loose on the floor. And a pass picked off by Klepsik. 1-on-1. Goes down, puts a shot up, and it won't go. Ball tipped up, and Skaggs gets it, and she's going to be fouled from behind on the shot. That one's going to be on Sullivan. That's her first. So Allison Skaggs will have a chance to score her first points of the game from the free throw line with 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Her free throw is no good. Now it's 2 of 10. If Naylor somehow or another comes back and wins this game, right there, that free throw line is what the turnovers have been bad too. And that one's good. So she just got her first point. Maybe that'll get her going. Skaggs checks out, and Kylie Hawkins, who had a good game in the JV game, checks in for the Donettes. And she comes in for Allison Skaggs. And Timber Turner comes in for Bailey Carson, or the other way around. 51 seconds to go in the third. Coach Epps trying to get those girls a little bit of rest here before the end of the third quarter, plus the timeout at the quarter. Urick guarded by Klepsik. Dribbles left side. Reverses back, and there's going to be a foul on Monahan. And again, that's one of those you just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's only the fourth team foul on the Donettes, so the Naylor will bring it in with 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Urick. Bounces to Day, right wing. Day dribbles head of the key, back to Urick. She's open, three-pointer. It's way short again. Offensive rebound underneath by Bowman. Ball pass blocked by Hawkins, and then we're going to have a foul on number 50. That may have been on the shot because it looked like to me. Nope, it's not. They're taking it out of bounds. The Naylor's going to be in the bonus here pretty soon. Inbounds pass comes to Moment. Takes one dribble, throws it out to Day. She's going to fire a three, and it's good. The Naylor just keeps hanging around. 26-24, got 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Kirby dribbles to the right side. Bounces it to Monahan. Passes underneath to Hawkins. Turnaround jumper off the glass, no good. Timber Turner gets the rebound, puts it up and in. As the buzzer sounds, another big bucket at the buzzer. The Donettes got one at halftime. Turner got her first bucket of the game, and it is 28-24 at the end of three quarters. The Donettes over the Naylor Lady Eagles. So we should have a good fourth quarter coming, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
At Mathis Lumber, our goal is to provide our landowners with the greatest possible financial return on their timber lands, while not damaging young timber or leaving your property in a mess. We have served Ripley County and the surrounding areas since 1939. We will buy your timber on lump sum total or percentage, and we have several references available upon request. Call Craig Mathis at 573-429-0996 and see how Mathis Timber can help you with all our timber harvesting needs.
We're for road trips. We're for hitting up Arthur Bryant's for lunch and making it to Lambert's for dinner. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, steel horses, and real horses. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck in traffic and 6-lane freeways that aren't so free. We're for Missouri license plates. No, medals of pride. Like us, no two roads are alike, but we're all connected. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missouri driver, we're for you.
I am Doug Green, your Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
All right, we're starting the fourth quarter. It's Keith Bowman back at Doniphan High School. Naylor with the ball. The Donettes lead 28-24. And I guess an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. But the Donettes got 8 minutes to play here, trying to hang on to a 4-point lead. Neither team has played well. And a lot of that, I think, is just the fact that they haven't got to play very many games yet. Naylor turns it over. Carson right up the middle of the floor, stops at the free throw line, pops it, and it's good as it hit the rim and popped straight up in the air and come right back down through. And Carson's got 12 to lead the Donettes, and it's a 6-point lead, 30-24. Urick hands it off today on the weave. They were running that in the first quarter. They hadn't run it since. Now Sullivan with the ball. Bounces to Shepard. Timber Turner doing a nice job. She has to give it back to Sullivan. Now out front to Urick. Back to Sullivan. So Turner and Douglas, Skaggs both have done a really good job on their big girl. Speck with a steal. She's going to outrun everybody. Ain't nobody going to catch her. Jump stop, and she scored. And a timeout called as the Donettes have extended to their biggest lead of the game with 6:42 in the ball game, 32-24. Another timeout. We'll take one. We'll be back in 1 minute.
For nearly 60 years, Davis Sawmill in Doniphan is your place to go for selling timber in the area around Ripley County in Arkansas. If you have cut logs or standing timber to sell, William, Debbie, and their sons will work with you to make sure you get a fair price. If you need something hauled, they also have Little Black Trucking with flatbeds for hire. Family owned and operated for 5 generations, everyone at Davis Sawmill would like to wish the best of luck to Emily, Taylor, and the rest of the Donettes this season. Give them a call at 573-996-7830.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, or SUV, you need to make a stop at Countryside Chevrolet on Highway 160 in Doniphan. Countryside has one of the largest Chevrolet selections in the area, plus plenty of pre-owned vehicles that go through a 117-point inspection before they're warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. The goal at Countryside is to provide you the best deal on your next car, truck, or SUV. See them online at CountrysideChevrolet.com or call 1-800-63-CHEVY. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Despite a turnover fest by both teams, and the Donettes only shooting 3 of 11 from the free throw line, they have an 8-point lead over the Naylor Lady Eagles with 6:42 left in the ball game. And Naylor will inbound. Donettes full court man-to-man right now. And again, Urick gets the ball back after she throws it in. Speck trying to double team her. She gets it over to Crawford, who's been out of the game for a while. Back to Urick. Now to Day. Day dribbles into the paint, and we got a foul. And that's going to be team foul number 6. And foul number 2 on Sydney Speck. So from the rest of the game, Naylor will be in the bonus, and they are 4-4 from the line, all that in the first half. Urick will dribble back out near midcourt. Dribbling in a little circle there. Crawford comes and gets it on the weave. Down into the lane, throws up a wild shot, no good. Ball tipped around. Carson gets it. Pass ahead to Speck. Speck jump stop, lays it in. And I'm telling you, a girl can fly. And a good pass by Carson to keep her head up. 34-24, 10-point lead for the Donettes. Crawford, right wing, in the lane, wide open. Shepard puts it in. Well, somebody lost her that time. That's her first 2 points since way back in the first half. And she has 8 to lead the Lady Eagles. Carson dribbles to the right side. Dribbles baseline. Looking underneath, now throws it back out front. Sydney Speck, three-pointer up off the back of the rim. Brooklyn Klepsik with the offensive rebound. Gives it in the corner to Carson. Carson dribbles into the paint, little floater, a little bit too hard. And Shepard gets the rebound for Naylor. I keep wanting to say Neelyville. Day throws it to Shepard, dribbles into the paint, kicks it out to Crawford, steps into a 3. It's no good. And Timber Turner with a nice block out again. Throws it way ahead to Speck. Speck dribbles baseline off the glass, and she missed it, but she's fouled. And I think sometimes the other team does not know how fast she is. She's quick and fast. That foul is on Alyssa Urick. That is her second. And Sydney Speck will try her luck from the free throw line. And it's good. One of one tonight, and that gives her 7 points. And she did, all of them are here in the second half. Let's see, we had Grayson Kirby checking in for Brooklyn Klepsik. Next shot is no good. And Skaggs almost come away with a rebound. She does deflect the pass, but Shepard gets it for Naylor. Gets it up to Hattie Day. 35-26 Donettes. 4:40 left in the ballgame. Urick comes back right side. Crawford. Urick gets it right back between the circles. Now Carson gets another steal, and she's going to run out layup, and it's good. Bailey Carson with 14 now. Got the steal and the layup. And Coach Epps is going to call a timeout as the Donettes on a little bit of a run here as they've outscored Naylor this quarter 9-2 and have their biggest lead of the game, 37-26, here in this Ozark Foothills Conference matchup with the Naylor Lady Eagles. I want to remind everybody, Thursday night we'll be right back here at the Bill L. Wright Gymnasium. Pending COVID-19, I think I'm probably going to say that every game because you just never know anymore. I think if a school has one of their kids has on the team gets it, then they probably all have to quarantine and stay away. So I know the Donettes have already had Pocahontas canceled twice and Kennett once. Not Kennett, Fredericktown. And both those games were away. They were going to be away. So we'll wait and see. But right now we're planning on being back here Thursday. And our next boys game. Now after the timeout, Donettes will set up in that press. They've been, I think here in the last few minutes, that maybe Naylor just starting to get a little bit tired. And I thought the Donettes would be able to do that playing more players because Coach Epps has played about 10. Hattie Day dribbles through the press. Might have got away with a travel. Gives it to Harley Sullivan. Now Crawford. Sullivan gets it back on the left wing. Back out front today. They took Urick out of the game. That's kind of odd. Bowman goes up for the shot. Good defense by Skaggs. Had to shoot it over and couldn't get it to go. And Olivia Cruz will slow it down as she comes across the half line. They're not even guarding her. She could dribble all the way to the paint there. She's going to fake the three-pointer. They're back in man. Now Shepard comes out and gets her. Skaggs, elbow jumper, no good. I think she just wanted to shoot one because she hadn't shot a shot other than the free throws all night. Day heads up the floor. I guess she'll handle the point guard duties now. Crawford open for three again, and it's no good. And Timber Turner with a good block out again. She backed Shepard all the way out of there. Down to 3:20 left in the ball game. Donettes looking for win number 3 on the season. Timber Turner. Now to Carson in the corner. They get it to Skaggs. Makes a move. There she goes, and she missed it, but she got fouled. And that one's going to be on Moman. Her second. And Skaggs made a nice little move there. She stepped, done that drop step over her right shoulder. And the free throw's no good as Donettes continue to struggle. Sydney Speck coming back in for Kirby. Donettes have their starting 5 back on the floor here with 3:09 to go and an 11-point lead. Skaggs, next one, and it's good. So she only has 2 points from the free throw line tonight. The Donettes have really struggled there, but they still have a 12-point lead. Shepard. Urick back in the game, throws it over to Day. Day dribbles down into the paint, and her shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul, I think, on Skaggs this time. And the defense, Skaggs, has played the whole game. That is her first personal foul of the ball game. Crawford makes the first one. They have not missed. They just hadn't got there too much. That's 4 points for Crawford. Skaggs checks out. Brooklyn Klepsik back in. Crawford's second one on the way, and it's good. And Naylor's going to pick up full court man-to-man now. Cruz gets it across easily against Urick. 2:45 to go. Gives it over to Bailey Carson. Cruz calls out a play. Reverses her dribble down into the paint. Kicks it out to Carson. Carson into the lane. Jumper up and good. Bailey Carson with 16 now. 40-28. Donette's got that 2 points right back, and Naylor works so hard to get. Urick dribbles around the zone press. Now she's double teamed. And her pass is going to be stolen by Timber Turner. Got Speck open again. A day's back. Speck will, and they're going to call a foul, a charge on Speck. I seen that coming. Coach Epps didn't. She was awful far underneath the basket. I don't know if they take that into consideration or not, but I still wish they would put that arc like they've got in college and the pros down there. You can't draw a charge past that arc. If you got a foot on it, it's a block. And Sydney Speck's going to steal it away from Urick. And the Donettes have it. 40-28. Olivia Cruz out near midcourt. Gets around Urick. Going to shoot from about 10 feet. No good. And Crawford being hounded by Klepsik. And Klepsik's going to reach in and foul her. And you don't really want to do that. They're in the 1-on-1. You don't want to let them shoot free throws. Stop that clock. 1:40 to go, and Sullivan's going to check back in for Alyssa Urick. And Brooklyn Klepsik's going to check out. She's got 5 points in the game. And let's see, who do we have come back in? Grayson Kirby. And it'll be Mackenzie Crawford at the line. Just made 2 there a minute or so ago. And this one's good as well. Now Skaggs is going to check back in for Turner. We've got 1:40 to go. Crawford trying to get it to a 10-point deficit. And they finally missed one, but Shepard gets the rebound and missed the shot. And she gets her own rebound, missed it again. Crawford gets the rebound, goes up with it and scores. Naylor hadn't quit, that's for sure. I just don't think they can press the Donettes, and they throw it over the top to Kirby. And she's going to take it all the way. Goes up for the shot, and we got a foul. Nice little move there to get to that left hand. And that one's going to be on Moment as well. And Grayson Kirby will shoot a couple. 2, 4, 6. Donettes are 5 of 15 so far. Kirby missed that one. Turner right back in the ball game for Bailey Carson. Carson checks out with 16 points, leading the Donettes in scoring. My goodness, they got to make some free throws. You get in a real close game, that's going to hurt you. They could be winning this one by a lot. She missed that one. Pass up the floor. Sullivan got behind the defense. She puts it up. She missed it. And Skaggs gets the rebound. Well, the Donettes catch a break there. That should have been down to a 7-point game. Donettes are 5 of 17 from the free throw line now. That's unofficial, but it's pretty close. Speck and Cruz out near the volleyball line. Going to run some time here. Cruz is going to take it all the way. Layup good. Kind of lulled him to sleep. That's 8 points for Olivia. 42-31. Pass up the floor, almost stolen. Now Shepard's got a 2-on-1. Nice move. A shot blocked by Skaggs. And she comes out of there with it. Allison Skaggs has not scored many points, but She has blocked a bunch of shots, got a lot of rebounds, and also played good defense. Cruz again, going to take it in. Pass off to Skaggs, knocked away and stolen. And we're down to 20 seconds. Donettes going to get their third win. But it will tell you what, it was a hard-fought game, and it was not very pretty. But as I said earlier, a pretty win, an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. Moman does a nice job there. Missed the first one, stayed with it. And she will get to go to the free throw line. But we've only got 10 seconds left. As Skaggs blocked the first one, and she got it back and got fouled on the second. Moman, 2 points from the free throw line tonight. I tell you what, they shoot free throws well. That gives them 8 of 9 in the ball game now. If Donettes shot free throws as well as Naylor had, they'd be about 25 right now. Missed that one. Ball loose on the floor, tie ball. And it'll be Donettes' ball with 8.3 to go. So all we're waiting on now is the final score. The Donettes up by 10. Bailey Carson coming back in for Turner. Ball inbounded to Kirby. And I don't think she even has to get it across the half line. And she doesn't. And our final score, the Donettes 42 and the Naylor Lady Eagles 32. And the Donettes will be 3-1 heading to that game against the Kennett Lady Indians on Thursday night. Quickly running down the scoring. Hattie Day had 5. This is for Naylor. Mackenzie Crawford 8. 3 for Evie Moman. 3 for Alyssa Urick. 5 for Harley Sullivan. And 8 points for Danielle Shepard, and they were 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Donettes, I said, only 5 of 17 from the free throw line. And for the Donettes, had 7 points for Sydney Speck, all in the second half there when the Donettes made a little run. Timber Turner with 2. 16 for Bailey Carson. Olivia Cruz had 8. Kendra Moore 2. Allison Skaggs 2. And Brooklyn Klepsik 5. Yeah, for a total of 42. Donettes outscored them 14-8 in that last quarter. The only quarter that they didn't outscore Naylor was in the first, and they got outscored by 1, 9-8. So the Donettes win at 42-32. They won the JV game 30-14 and a half, and get 2 wins here at Doniphan. So we'll be back Thursday night, hopefully, with the Donettes and the Kennett Lady Indians. And we wish the Dons well tomorrow night down at Clarkton in the Clarkton Christmas Tournament. Well, this is Keith Bowman for Current River Broadcasting. We'll talk to you again on Thursday night.